Hello everyone. Today I will be repairing this RX 570 mining card from Asus. In the description you will find links to GPU repair subreddit and a written guide on repair.wiki. Okay, let's start. Always start by examining the card visually for broken off or burnt components, cracked PCB, etc. This card is fine, so I'll continue to resistance measurements. I'm going to start with 12 V bus and it's shorted to ground. 12 V bus powers the bottom face of vCore along with VMEM and VDDCI, so that's most likely where the short is. But how would you know which one is shorted? Well, you do that by injecting voltage. I've connected this probe to my lab bench power supply set to 1 volt, and the other probe is to measure voltage. If I inject 1 volt to 12 V bus, you can see that there is almost 700 millivolts on vCore. That's why you shouldn't turn on broken cards without measuring first. Because if you turn it on in this state, then the core will most likely die if your power supply's overcurrent protection doesn't kick in fast enough. Okay, since the short is 12V to vCore, I can tell you with certainty that the high side of the bottom vCore phase is shorted. But let's say you don't know this, or you don't know that 12V bus powers only the bottom phase. How do you find the short? The easiest way is with isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip. And I can make vCore the 0 volt reference by connecting it to the negative lead from my power supply. So all the current goes back to the power supply without touching the core. Thus, I can inject more than 1 volt, so the short is easier to find. You want to be looking for the MOSFET that evaporates the alcohol faster than the rest. This one also evaporates from the middle, so it is for sure the shorted one. It's also a really good idea to replace the whole phase along with the controller. This is the phase I just took off. If I measure the resistance between the source and the drain, you can clearly see it's shorted. I didn't have the exact same MOSFETs they used in this card, and I didn't want to order them and wait a month for them to arrive, so I replaced all of them with better ones that I already do have. Now I'm gonna turn it on and measure the voltages. Now that all the voltages are present, I'm gonna turn it on and see if it works. Now, as you can see, the card does output a picture, but since this is a mining card, it only has DVI output. And even though my screen is 1440p, I can only get 1080p output. If you would like to see me add HDMI and DisplayPort back on, essentially turning it into a gaming card, please let me know in the comments. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something.